anyone looking to buy a house in the next 4 months, anyone that is a fan of the market, anyone that does stocks, anyone that is invested in looking after their financial future is fully aware that there's the thing going on with the Fed right now. And it is, and honestly, beyond just the Fed, there is something going on in our federal government with elected officials just not obeying the law. Now, the thing that scares me the most, being a real estate attorney, is I understand intimately how this process works. So, Democrat Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook, now let's remind ourselves, Powell is the chairman. She's one of these members, and she's one of the members that voted no on a rate decrease last time. So she is the third, let's say, senior official in America that has been caught lying about her primary residence on a mortgage application. So the way it works, for anyone that hasn't done it, and for anyone that's done it, you know this is right. Things could be a little different state to state, but overall, the way it works is throughout the process, you're asked probably 20 times, hey, is this going to be your primary residence? Because if you are getting a loan for your primary residence, you get a better interest rate. We're going to give better interest rates to people that are buying a house for them rather than people who are buying their second home or a vacation home or their third home. In her case, I think it was her fourth home. So what we do is we ask so that, and during the process, not only do we ask a bunch of times, but we also have them sign things. One of the things they sign, and I have never done a single closing with a mortgage that did not have one of these. They're either e-signed by the buyer prior to the actual sit-down closing process, or they're signed at the table. Now, I live in South Carolina. I practice in South Carolina. We're an attorney state. Some states are title states. So in some cases, you might not be sitting at the table with an attorney. I always say that you should get an attorney so that you truly understand what the documents say. But some states don't require that. South Carolina, we do. And one of the documents that I hand every single buyer and ask them, are you getting this house to be your primary residence? Are you going to live there full time, in some cases, for at least a year? And if they say no, we stop the closing because they are getting a mortgage for a primary residence. And if they tell me they're not doing that, I've even stopped one because they joked about it too much. Like, I have a bunch of buyers that every now and then they'll be like, haha, no, of course I am. But this one buyer made way too many jokes. And I was just like, you know what? I'm not comfortable finishing this. You need to call your broker or your loan officer and talk to them because I'm not comfortable signing these documents with the way you're acting about this. So this is how I know, for instance, AG Letitia James is lying when she says, I didn't know. I didn't know that it was set up for a primary residence. Yes, you did. Everyone knows what kind of loan they're getting. It's not only is it at the top of the closing disclosure you sign, but there are about 30 different documents throughout the entire process that tell you. You also have to tell the lender what kind of loan you're looking for. So when we see things like this, Democrat Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook officially refuses to resign after mortgage fraud criminal referral from Bill Pulte and a demand of resignation from President Trump. Now, the reason Trump wants her to resign is because that means he would get to fill another seat. She doesn't want to step down because they don't want us to be able to buy homes. They want us to be paying $15,000, $16,000, $17,000 for a $220,000 loan, which is bullshit. We ought to be paying 11 at most. So that's what's going on here. You've got officials who are knowingly committing mortgage fraud and are not being punished for it. Well, if Bill Pulte has anything to say for it, they're going to jail. Like, this guy is sick of it. And now, something I am curious, and if you know, comment below. There's a giant builder out there called Pulte, and I'm curious if there's any affiliation there. I can't imagine it's a very common name. But yeah, so what I'm hoping to see here is I'm hoping to see this woman get fired. I'm hoping to see her, Adam Schiff, Letitia James. I want them all in jail, not just because of the crimes they committed against Trump and against the American people, but for the crime, they're simple crimes of mortgage fraud. Like, you should be allowed to get away with that, no matter what high office you're in. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell, leave a comment below, and let me know what you think. I'll see y'all next time.